arrived, and then okay, so on the Saturday, Friday, that a few days, okay, the few days before the actual day, we'll discuss more, right? Right now, let's start with the lesson proper. Thank you. Welcome back. This is the last lessons of this month. Police and soldier. Where is my dear Wenbei? Wenbei 还没有进来。Okay, where's my Wenbei? So if you can, you can give me some of the pictures so that I can get my team to do promotion. Okay. Of course, you can invite your friends to go there and take a look, things like that. You don't want I say 不好意思啊，哎呦，你这种脸皮这么厚，会不好意思的咩？开玩笑啊，不要生气啊！你 by now you know uncle sometimes like to talk rubbish just to make the things not so stressful. Thank you so much. I'm waiting for Wenbei leh. Okay. All right, so this is the last lesson for this month's police and soldier. By you didn't know, I'm surprised just to share with you next year, if I'm not, do you have any friends next year going PSLE? Fiona?
My sister.
Your sister 哇，对啦 brother， 我问你OK， 我最近看那个 PSLE 的那个 format. Is it true next year PSLE they change? Do you have any ideas?
Change?
Can you help Uncle Raymond to check? Because I heard next year the PSLE, listen during your PSLE you got this visual graphic text is 8 marks, right? 8.
Yes.
I heard next year is only 5. All right?
Huh?
Yeah, 5. And then the editing and spelling got 12 marks. Now they change to 10 marks. And then the situation writing from 15 marks change to 14 marks. And then the continuous writing from 40 marks change to 36. And then you know where all the 10 marks go to? The 10 marks go to
oral.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I think I've heard of this before because I was like really surprised when my sister's end of year, her SW was only out of 14. Because when it was still my year, like I took it last year, it was out of 15. So I was like really confused. But then
yeah. So you see, Uncle Raymond was all along very right from the many years ago. I keep emphasizing. See, when I was in Zoom, this is recording. If anyone listen, when I was with JLC, before JLC, back in my years of teaching, I always emphasize in oral. And you realize now 30 marks to 40 marks 嘞，很多嘞。我跟你讲，那个笨蛋我不是讲谁啦 ，whoever cannot talk cannot read 我没有话讲。40 marks 是很多嘞，对吗 ？Agree 到 Fiona？ 40 marks I heard is about 30% of the whole entire paper 嘞 ，20 or 30%. I mean, if you cannot read, like for example, if example I do this okay, example I read yours If really that fellow cannot read, external threats are more harmful to the citizen. They can also step out for police. I think confirm fail already. Even if fail, you still got mark 除非你不要开口讲话啦，对吗 I think there are people who are like that Confirm they will fail the 40 marks will fail one. I've ever student only got 2 marks. 2 marks. Seriously.
Wow,
你叫什么名？他就讲小妹。你哪一个 class P4 OK 这个 picture 讲什么？你懂这个 picture 要讲什么吗？ What is the picture about? For the good 2 minutes 他不讲话嘞。我再问你一次，你知道这个 picture 是什么吗？ OK, you feel. And then this year I got one student. Do you know what is this picture about? Skippity toilet. A straight 0. I thought my student bullshit. I say, hey, are you sure your classmate during relief say this? Yeah. Wait. You are not in the exam hall. How do you know say that? No, because my teacher walked into the class and share with the whole class. So the reliability is there, right? Correct now. You cannot lie, right? Oh my god. Hi, Wenbei. Thank you for giving me your this result slip. So I was sharing, Wenbei, you did not miss out anything. I was sharing that next year PSLE, they changed from 30 marks of oral to 40 marks of oral. So all along I was right. You see, all the lessons for the past few months, we have been talking, do this. I won't be surprised, maybe not for your year. Maybe when you go for A-level and poly, Republic Poly is every day have to do presentation. I mean, this is every day. I'm not kidding. You don't believe you ask any, and happened that previous class I asked, yeah, uncle, you're right. My Sec 4 class. You don't believe you ask those senior who come back to your school and ask them, are you from Republic Poly? Yes. Is it true that my uncle even tuition teacher say that every day you have to do presentation? 我一个中国人的学生他以前是在国专他不会讲话的，他不敢讲话。最后他 posted to Republic Poly 说，哇，各位们要我的命整天叫我讲话。可是你懂怎么样吗？他现在已经毕业了，出来做工了。你懂他做什么吗？他做 sales。Funny right？我背比我呢，他不敢讲话，而且你懂 Singapore sales you must speak English right？ You have to speak English, but correct. So how? Well, it really helped me, uncle. It really helped me. And he was one of the top salesperson. See, 真人不露相. So I am right. Please continue to talk. I'm not saying talk rubbish. Continue to talk anything freak idea. So all the long, that means, you know, in the past, I already visualized that talking is very important because every month, the different topics will help you in your oral, I mean, in your O-level exam. And it's true, I told you, right, recently, the O-level exam, it came out in social media as one of the essay question and the festival in one of the editing questions. Okay, now, what do you think this soldier and policemen are doing? Discuss. Actually, they are very free law. They want to go to the airport to enjoy or shopping center to enjoy the aircon. They got nothing to do. They walk around the MRT station as if to show people they are working. Can I talk like that, Wen Bei? 哎呦，你好心你啦，不要犯这样哎。本来是这么漂亮的脸看到好像倩女幽魂这样文贝。好像倩女魂那种一种长老吗？武当派的长老。我告诉你，我师傅不在。哇，你没有这么老吧？哎，文贝 can I say like that no? Just now the way I say, they got nothing to do, so they go to the shopping center to enjoy aircon 咯。你说你会 pass 我？哎呀啦，change to a nicer one, the nice lips 啦。哎呦，change to the green color. You think you are Smurf no, not Smurf. You are green or what? What is that green color There's one cartoon called green color one. What's that green color? Oh my goodness, now the red color eyebrow. 黄眉黄眉长老，快点来文贝，我可以这样讲吗？
讲 what?
哎呦，我又要 repeat 了，你听好
Sorry,
来，
I don't hear.
你
Just
听
now
好
I
来
was lagging.
你听好these two pictures show that this police officer and soldier got nothing better to do Go to shopping center and enjoy aircon, and then so lazy, don't go under the hot sun. And then when they're walking on the MRT to show that they are really doing their job, don't really go and catch the real culprit or thief. Can I say like that?
No.
Definitely no, right? So you are so smart, right? Fiona also say no, right? So you're so smart. Tell me how to say this picture. You fall into my trap. So you're so smart, right? Tell me. Okay, this is picture A. All right. So I would like you to, okay, joke aside, serious. So this is picture A. Now this is picture B. There are a lot of things to compare. Don't please, you are not going to move on to set 2. Don't give me that stupid answer. There are three people and then 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 5 people. Hello, I can see. I'm not blind. Okay, don't tell me one police officer, 2 soldier, and then 3 police officer, 2 soldier. Hello, like that is nothing wrong. You still got mark, but please, you are not primary 1, primary 2. You are set 2 now. Go. Who want to start first? Fiona type and say, let Wen Bei start first.
In picture A, I can see policemen and army patrolling in the shopping mall. They are in the shopping mall because they need to keep an eye on the people who are shopping and people who are just like in the mall. Because maybe sometimes around the area there was like a crime that happened. So they need to watch out and see if the criminal will come to this area. And in picture B, I can also see policemen and army people in the MRT. They're in the MRT because some people, like some criminals, will put explosives in bags, and they need to watch out for suspicious people and items. Okay.
Huh? What do you say? You're lagging,
Huh?
sorry. What do you say again?
For which one?
I don't know. Last part, I think.
The MRT one.
Yeah. The one MRT you walking, yes, I hear that. But the last sentence, I did not hear it properly.
Oh, they're cause they need to watch out for suspicious items and people, so to protect the citizen.
That's all.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, Fiona did not sabotage you. I'm the one to say because it came in late, so you start first. Okay,
I
thank
know.
you. No lah, no lah, lah. Okay, thank you. Fiona, I'll give you a 6 upon 10 now, Moon Peng. Yeah.哎，怎么你跑掉？我叫你给 answer，你跑掉。哎呀，成何体统啊！真是的，不想读就不要想读啦，你不要跑掉嘞。怎么这样？哎呀，不希望我讲一声啊，不要跑掉的吗？What are you doing now? Okay, she's here already. Okay, come.
Okay, so I think that the police and soldiers, they could be just doing their
Which
like
one? A or B?
both lah.
Oh, both. Okay, then you must say both, ma.
In both pictures, I think the police and soldiers are just doing their regular patrolling. But I see that in picture B there are more people. Yes.
More people. I'm
Yes.
not blind. I can see more people also.
Because it could be because there could be a crime that recently happened around the area and the culprit has not been like captured yet. So they need to do more regular checks and have more people in case they spot the suspect. Yeah. I mean, yeah, in MRTs, MRTs is like the public transport where the suspect could have, use it to go to other places. So they could do their patrollings there. And then for picture A, I agree that they should like do regular checks in the shopping mall as well as they could, because that's a place with a lot of shop theft and robbery, because yeah, it's a shopping mall. Yeah, so
就这样。
yes.
OK，你们两个今天是什么？搞 menses issue 啊，period 啊。哎呦，讨厌的，真是的，我也是有 period。You know my son very cute 啊。He say 啊，girl got menstruation 啊。How about man 啊？Man got womanization 啊。Because he say why? Because woman got menstruation, man men menstruation. So if man got man will be womanization. Oh, why? That's a good one. Just a joke anyway. Okay. I don't know why today your both of you, your presentation skill, your oral not so good. Dear teacher, let me talk about picture A. Based on my knowledge, I used to go airports quite often with my families over the weekends. I feel that these pictures with this police officer and 2 soldiers, and when both of the 3 of them pointing the gun downwards, it's like they are on guard anytime they are ready to shoot anyone's or to arrest any suspect if they were to see anyone suspiciously in this place. Maybe it's in the terminal airport. Because most of the time when I go to the airport, I will see a soldier and together with the police officer patrolling their areas. Reason I feel that one day I asked my dad, why is this? Why are these so? As well, I also approached one of the officer and they say that in order to keep safe and when the tourists arrive in Singapore, they feel safe and secure that they are touchdown. They know that this space is being well protected and armed with security officers to protect their belonging, their life. so that when they go back to their home countries, they can share this to the rest of their families, members, and friends, and to announce that Singapore is all round anytime taken care of the place. I don't see that quite often in other countries, which I don't travel a lot. But there are countries who also have security officer, but not as what Singapore do in like this picture A. At the same time, in picture B, I do see some of the police officer who are wearing the gray beret, and usually about 3 to 4 police officers will take the train from one station to a few stations and alight to show their presence there to make sure that there is no cases like theft, pickpocket, or even molestation case or upskirting case. To create the awareness that the police is always on the lookout on any suspicious person who want to do anything. They may think twice before they embark on their journey to do something bad to any victim. So I seldom see so many police officers and soldiers patrolling in this place. Most likely to me is a MRT stations. Maybe they are having an exercise, or maybe they want to show the presence of how serious we take security, and to make sure that to give a message to people who are from other countries who decided to put a bomb or to do anything back to the stations. Because for my knowledge, I ever read news from overseas that there are people who suspect who like to put unwanted parcel, but inside there might be a bomb and detonate and kill a lot of people. A very good example is the London train stations, Japan's, as well in France. So I believe this presence of the strong police and officer combinations patrolling around the area, the vicinity, and these MRT stations shows the powers and the determinations that they want to stop crime at any time if possible. Okay, now you're done. Goodbye. 哇，你两个人好像盲人呢，忙啊！今天有很多太阳吗？我的灯很亮啊。Okay, come. Next month topic will be even more interesting.
Oh my God.
The next month topics will be involved in your social study. And this topic also involved in the social study. And it happened to came out in this year's social study exam, which I spotted about cyber security. Wow, jackpot, man.
Does that have anything to do with geography?
Can you see? 你说这个 picture 哈？
No, like the next month topic.
有。
Okay, now we're done. Bye bye.
Huh? What do you say?
I'm dead.
有。Air, land and sea involved in geography 嘛 ，also involved in history 对吗？海陆空是不是有 geography？ 对吗？其实哦，你不要单单看它是有 geography， 你就死跳了嘞。其实很简单的。我以前有教过 geography， 可是我最近很少教 geography. There's a trick to learn geography. Don't scared lah, no scared. Okay, geography is a very straightforward 东西。You cannot tell me Singapore got volcano, huh? Singapore got earthquake 对吗 ？It's fixed 了。只是很多人不明白 geography. Since you mentioned geography, it's like people say, where is Kenya? Where is Nigeria? Where is the Grand Canyon? Oh, what the hell is that? Where's the Amazon rainforest? It's got what forest? What forest is that? You see, these are the things. And then they will talk about things like where is Mount Fuji? Okay, some people will know where is Mount Fuji, right? Some is where's the Suez Canal? What the hell is Suez Canal? Where is Changjiang? Wanghe? You know what I mean? Some people what her? Hey, do you know Wenbei, Fiona, you don't be surprised. I'm very, very disappointed to some of the Chinese students. 他连粽子都不知道是粽子，还跟我讲 burger， 那跟我讲 Yes, seriously, Wenbei, I got student tell me, can you tell him it's Mosh Burger? 你说粽子你不懂是谁是屈原啊 I understand 啊。你跟我讲粽子是 burger， 而且他是 IB student 呢 ，IB 嘞，不是 IP no International Baccalaureate B for boy 呢。而且他讲话 slang 了 ，Sorry, Uncle Raymond, we know what kind of burger is 粽子。 Oh my God, yes, GG right。而且他是中国人去到澳大利亚嘞，忘记他的根了。你懂中国有三峡对吗？The dam, the dam. This one will come out in geography one. Why? Because of generating what hydropower, 对吗？And then prevention of crime. Sorry, this one they're talking about the prevention of flood. And then give people the irrigation 可以好像agriculture 对吗？对不对？ All these are very important, but they always mistaken where is 黄河，什么是长江，什么是那个中国的长城是做什么的？为什么中国有这些东西啊？为什么中国有桂林？What is the mountain for? All these things, and then what is the Suez Canal for? Okay, what is Panama Canal? Have you heard of Panama Canal? 那个船呢，坐电梯的，from one end to the other end. Okay, all these I taught before in other classes. Why? Fiona and Wenpei, you won't be surprised. All these topics will come out in your comprehension passage. Okay, for the next 3 years, 2 years, sorry, not 3 years, 2 years, set 3, set 4. You have to read a lot, not just coming from my tuition, whatever I can give you. If you are lucky enough, you spot the correct topic, then you can start to write your expository, argumentative, discursive, recount, fine. Okay, but that's different. All right. So are you ready? Maybe you, Fiona, you start first. Okay, restart again. I hope this time, the second time is much better. Go.
I think that in
不要这样讲话啦，please 啦。你这样去 order 这样讲话，你死翘翘了。我知道现在是放假，你要知道，两位宝贝，你明天是 set three 哦，
好，
那是精英嘞。你们的 leader，you don't talk like those like sorry 啊，no hard feeling, not like those PT student 哦，讲话好像要死要活。那你怎么样以后找工作啊？哟，不可以这样哦，must take every lesson with energy unless 你 sorry 啊，unless you sore throat 你不舒服，我没有话讲了啊。可以 go，
we're going Sec 2 next year.
I beg your pardon?
We're going Sec 2 next year. You said we're going Sec 3.
Oh,
But-
yeah, I always confused. Yeah, set two. Yeah, that means you got 3 years to go. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. In fact, next year is very important to you, all right? Correct now. Yeah.
Yes.
I always confuse.
Okay, so in picture A, I see 2 soldiers and 1 policeman in an airport. They are there to
等一下，我教你一个方法。我想到了，你看到我教过你们两个宝贝吗？你懂那个 English my stupid mouse 啊？The foreground, the middle ground and the background。你看 background 是什么？看到
background
吗？
PPL
你看到是什么吗？
people
我懂这个是什么 ？luggage 对吗？
luggage, yes.
So 你记得 the foreground, middle ground and background 3个 ground 啊，the foreground, the middle ground and the background. The background, you see the background. Okay, let's go.
Okay, so I think that the 2 soldiers and policemen and 1 policeman in picture A is to do their regular like patrols in the
That's the
airport.
way, Mega. That's the way you bloody hell talk like that. Well done. I like the word regular. Because of the word regular, the enemies and the terrorists and those people culprit will not dare to think and go in and implant any attack.
Yes.
Regular keywords. Go. Okay, I won't interrupt you already. Sorry. Can you start over again? Sorry, I won't interrupt you. Go.
In picture A, I think that the 2 soldiers the 2 soldiers and 1 policeman are doing their regular patrols in the airport to show the commuters and the how do you say 外国人啊？
Hello, commuter 是坐 MRT 啦 ，passenger 啦，brother， 你不要用错词。
Then to show the how do you say 外国人? I forgot.
Tourists,
Tourists.
Foreigners.
Right.
tourists, foreigners and tourists. 对
To show the foreigners and tourists that in Singapore we take safety really seriously, so that and so they will think twice before planning anything bad that could
Harmful.
endanger the people around them. Yes.
Harmful or
Uh,
destroy property. Yes, use the very 不是深奥，很 powerful adjective to describe. Yeah. Stop opening your mouth so big. Thank you. Okay, carry on.
my vocab is not very broad, so like in picture B, I think that the 3 policemen and 2 soldiers are there to also do their regular patrols. But I think that there are 2 more police because there could be a crime that happened in that area. And or they want to like how do I say, let their presence be known to the public and let them know that Singapore emphasizes a lot on like safety. So they will not dare to commit any crimes like molesting, upskirt, terrorism, shooting, or anything like that.
Or racial attack.
What's that? Oh, racial.
总之，记得有一个17岁的马来人，他在
Yeah.
新加坡被抓，对吗？他本来要去 Tampines 那个 Tampines West 那个 MPH 啊，multi-purpose hall，他准备拿一支刀一个 scissor，want to poke and kill non-Muslim male。哇，
啊
如果是真的发生，我跟你讲，哇，这个是大新闻。新加坡的 security 就是为了这个，就是被这个17岁的这个瓜害死。Thank God we are fast react to it. So it's around, use the word around the clock. You see, the more you talk like that, your brain already start to process it. And once your brain process it, you start to able to write very smoothly. 还有吗？
No.
啊？
Um.
还有吗？没有了。
没有了。
好，谢谢。来，文备有灯。文备有灯 please.
Wait.
Wait for what? 我等着花儿也谢了。
Okay, sorry. In the first picture, I can see the two army people and 1 police patrolling around the mall. And in the background, I can see people like foreigners and tourists and some locals with luggages. So it's most likely in an airport. I think police do patrols to keep Singapore safe from harm such as terrorism, theft, and any emergency situations. So like, for example, if someone in the airport was drunk and then they started harassing someone, so a fight broke out. So they're the ones that are in charge of stopping it and keeping it from escalating into even worse things. And I can see them holding the gun, which is pointed at the ground, to not hurt anyone. But it is also to be vigilant, so in case anything happens. And in the second picture, I can see a group of policemen and 2 army
personnel, 2 army personnel or 2 soldiers. Okay.
2 soldiers patrolling inside the MRT. I think they are patrolling inside the MRT because they also want to keep the citizens inside safe. And there is another reason, like they want to create a good impression for Singapore, so the foreigners who are traveling around Singapore will think that the country is safe and
what? Hello? Why you frozen?
they will not be in a lot
Safe
of
and what?
danger
You are
there.
frozen.
They
Just like you say,
be
safe and what?
because there was a recent crime around Huh?
Just to save and what you're frozen. You can
Oh.
ask you your face was frozen like that. So save and what? Save and sound and then what?
Safe.
You better get your Wi-Fi fixed there. Seriously, I'll be
Okay.
careful. I
So
think you better get one extra booster inside your room. Okay, then
the
save and
foreigners
sound.
will think Singapore is safe. That's it. Yeah. And then the second reason is because there might have been a crime that happened around this area. So in case the criminal comes back, they have to be on guard and be ready to arrest the criminal, or in case he or she comes by. Yeah.
Very good. In fact, both of you is much better. You can see the first time of presentation and second. You emphasize the middle ground, foreground, middle ground, and background. And then you can say in this picture, in these scenes, I believe that this is supposed to be a shopping mall in picture A, or in this scene, picture A, is a shopping mall. Even though there are people who are carrying luggages, maybe they are just alighted from a tour guides, a group tour, alighting, and then maybe, as you know nowadays, shopping mall on top also got hotel or nearby hotels. So this when they alight, they see that their belongings are goods, they are being feel secure and feel protected because they know that there are people going around, and everybody knows that Singapore is really very safe and sound. Like today I went to IKEA Alexandra and people just put their bag, their don't know what things on the table and can just go and queue out and buy food. If you in other countries, I don't know. But anyway, can I ask the two of you, since you travel quite often back to China, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Do you see that China is so safe also? Who want to reply?
Not as safe lah, but then I seldom see any I don't see any crime, like actually I don't.
等一下，你是在哪个省，在哪个地方
I've been to multiple
啊？
新疆啦，是
新疆啊，OK。So how do you find Xinjiang? Is it safe and sound? Do you see any robberies or any crimes taken place?
no, like it's pretty safe, like to be honest. But then obviously you still have to take the basic safety precautions lah, like don't go out alone at night lah, don't go to those dark alleys. Other than that, I think it's like pretty safe.
等一下，then 你们 can how about Wenbei? Before I want to ask this question, do you go back to China also?
Yeah.
Which part of China?
Wuhan or Guangzhou.
Wuhan. Oh, Wuhan. The one with the COVID one. Oh my God. Nonsense. I cannot take it. The Westerner always say Wuhan virus. F you lah, Wuhan virus. Bloody hell. Why it cannot be other than Spanish fly also in other country? They would just want to attack the Chinese lah. 我就是不爽 你觉得武汉 okay, no joke very serious. You think Wuhan safe or? Don't tell me COVID-19 I slap you. I'm talking about security. I'm serious.
Okay. I think Wuhan is sometimes it's safe, sometimes it's not. Okay, it depends. Because like where you are or whatever. Because Wuhan is pretty big, right? So like if I'm around places I'm familiar with, like around my house in China, then it's safe because downstairs there are like shops and the shopkeepers I'm pretty familiar with because they're all my relatives, friends and stuff.
I see.
But then
有一个照应啦 that means they watch over one another lah,
yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
But then if I'm somewhere else, like I don't know, some secluded place, I don't think I would feel this.
Unfamiliar place secluded and unfamiliar places then what happened?
Nothing happened. I just don't feel that safe because it's just scary.
Okay, sorry, this is very serious. So now, Wenbei, I believe you are in Singapore. Do you go any part of Singapore? Will you have the same sentiment, same feeling like in Wuhan?
Yeah,
Huh? Even in Singapore, you also like that?
sometimes.
Serious ah?
No, because sometimes there's this group of um abangs that smoking, and then they sit there. So scary.
Oh, you know how to use the word abeng, huh? Not bad, man. Usually abeng where? In Ang Mo Kio area? Hello? You frozen again.
I don't know, like Woodlands again.
Oh, yeah, okay, fair enough. So, you know what? Recently I talked to one of my ex-students. I told you that guy, right, Fiona, was the one, 26 years old. I mean, the one who dared not to speak and become in a diploma, right? Poly diploma, Republic diploma. She's from Putian, Putian, you know where is Putian, OK, Putian啊。所以我问他，哎，建新啊，那边 safe 吗？我说很 safe 啊，那边没有人用钱的啊。你在讲什么？没有用钱哦，没有用 cash 的。那我怎么买东西？全部都是用阿里 pay、WeChat、WePay 啊。这样我去那边不死，那边很 safe 的啦，没有人偷东西的。Then I understood that 那边的女孩子会不会穿流带的？如果他们穿的话，会给人家骂。Is it true China 还是这么保守吗？我不知道武汉跟新疆会这样吗？我知道 maybe 上海跟北京比较大城市的人就会这样。So I'm not sure. Fiona and Wenbei, have you seen any woman 像新加坡女孩子穿到很哇 I cannot take it 啦。Okay, never mind. We don't deal with this. All right, let's move on. Thank you very much for your explanation for the feature. Okay, Fiona, we talked about this already before, right? Fiona, we go through, right? Did we explain? No, right? You don't need that in. Okay, so can you read? I explain what you have written. So now, when you read, I explain to see whether what I explain is what you are thinking. Let's go.
External threats are more harmful to the citizens. They can also step up for the police. External threats can threaten the citizens' lives. If the military is not strong, the people is living in constant fear. There is no way the economy can improve for the people. Also, although internal threats are also harmful to society, the military is more well equipped in terms of weapons and training. So the soldiers can step up for the police.
So obviously, you can see from the picture just now, you can see that with the presence of the two soldiers, you add the enforcement, add the power, add the cohesiveness, add the most important thing is what that the whole countries are there to protect you. The internal, which is the police, and the external, which is the soldiers, to show that there is coexistence together to maintain peace and order. So what you have written here, which is true, that you see, external threat is harmful to anyone's. Once if this external threat, we can talk about World War II. You study the history of Singapore, how the Japanese will attack Singapore because of the external threats. And also we have the National Service to protect Singapore in case there is external threats. So imagine if Singapore do not have the state-of-the-art machinery and weapons, we will get destroyed by others. It's a very simple comparison between Israel country, which is also a very small nation. The population about 9 million people, quite similar to Singapore. And you can imagine they are all surrounded by his enemy. So if the military is not strong enough, Israel will be gone one day. But because their weaponry and their equipments are so strong, that's why they protect the country well, like Singapore. And that's why people from other countries, foreigners, are willing to invest, involve, and also have interest in Singapore because we have a strong external protection. Am I right to say that what you have said? You return, right? Fiona, thank you very much. Wenbei, you're done.
Read it out.
Yes, you read out there. I explain what you have written.
Oh, okay.
Hello? You are frozen again.
It creates harmony, and the police are more important as they maintain peace internally throughout the country by keeping the citizens safe from many dangers inside the country. The police can also protect the country from external threats such as illegal trespassers, human trafficking, and drug dealers.
So what you see, you mentioned of the police here, the role of the police is very important to make sure that internals are protected. That's why we have joined forces with the army. But as you can see that whichever it is, most of the time internally, you can see the police at the forefront, right? You see that those soldiers are behind. But when it comes to war, of course, the police will go behind and the soldier will in front. But because it's internally, that's what you mentioned here, right? The police can add this more reinforced power. You never know. You realize that the soldiers are holding a more like a machine gun, okay, a more powerful weapons compared to the two soldiers in front. Maybe they're holding a pistol. Yes, their soldiers are carrying same weapons like the soldiers. But what you have mentioned here is that in order to make sure there's peace in sight, the police is a group of organizations or force that cannot be threatened, that cannot be crippled and shaken because they want to maintain this kind of peace and prosperity and harmony inside the country so that people can live well and stay well and feel that they are being not only protected but their well-being at any time when they walk on the street or even at home when they are not at home going for overseas, they feel there's a peace of mind so that people like illegal trespassers and human trafficking and drug dealers will not be able to come in to destroy this process. 对吗？不对，对吗？你有没有听我讲话？我不可以 repeat 了，我 repeat 我忘记我讲什么了。Yeah, thank you very much. So Fiona, this one you have to explain yourself already. Yeah, when you read, you explain to me why you choose police. Adolf?
Although I think the military is more important, I would prefer to be a police instead of an army personnel. This is because the training is not as brutal as the ones in the military camps. There are different kinds of police too. I would like to be the detective to search up about the background of the suspect and find their personal information.
So from there, please explain to me that imagine now you're going for an interview. I'm the police officer who want to see whether you are capable to join our police force, okay, and pass the interview. So now you have to sell yourself. Just like in the oral, sell yourself. Why do you think we should take you as a policewoman or as a detective? Convince me.
So it's not that I cannot like, how do you say 吃苦? How do you say 吃苦?
吃苦啊.
Yeah.
I cannot take hardship.
It's not that I cannot take hardship. It's
Can
just
tell, can tell, can tell. Sorry.
I really don't like you now.
Okay. Sorry. Can't help it. Okay, then.
It's not that I cannot like take hardships. It's just that in the military, I'm not like very like how do I say I mean being a police you still have to like train go through like similar training as the one in the military. You still have to be fit and you have to like watch your like body so you have to like so you can like run after suspects and stuff. I mean yeah I can still like take up the hardship. I mean that is something I would prefer over the training in the military. It's not that I'm lazy and I don't want to go through training. I mean, as a police, you still have to go through training anyways. That's number one. Number two is that, whenever whenever I tell other people that let's just say I want to be a police, they would just think of just a person in a police uniform walking around like MRT stations or chasing after criminals or just like pointing the guns at people, and they make it like scary at times. But there's actually more to the different branches of the police. Before those police officers can actually go out to actually catch the criminals, there are like detectives and there are people like detectives who will like search up the backgrounds of each suspect and see if they have similar records and where they live. Sometimes they track down the suspect through a simple bank transfer. You can actually find the transfer at the time and date and where it is, then you can see the suspect's like bank account number, and you can trace back to the name of the suspect, and then find their address or see if they have any similar criminal record. So I feel like the police actually plays a very important role in catching the criminal and like the detective way lah. So like if I were to like become a police, I would like to be one of those detectives working in the background.
Do you know that scam is actually 把他们的钱汇入到那些 terrorists right? Because of scam, they sell all this illegal stuff, and all this money will 汇入到那些illegal 集团. And because of that, they use this money to buy illegal stuff like weapons and all these things. Okay, thank you. Wenpei, your turn. Well done. Not bad, not bad. Okay, Wenpei, can you read? I choose.
I choose to be a police for the future, for future care between police and army, as being a police is less tiring physically than being in the army. Being in the army requires a lot of effort put into training physically, which I do not have the patience for. However, being in the police allows you to keep your country safe by working your brains a bit more harder. Therefore, I think that being a police is less tiring, easier than being in the army, all while being able to protect the citizens.
So convince me why you think you should be able to join the army.
What?
Convince me why should I take you to join the army?
In
What
the
makes you think, yeah, let's say, oh, no, police, sorry. Convince me why, explain to me why, and give me your convictions and tell me why I should take you to become a police officer.
Firstly, I think that I should be able to do well as a police because as a kid I've always liked to watch like crime watch and stuff. And I think it's really interesting being able to become like a sort of a detective and try to figure out what's happening. And I also get a sense of pride. I feel like I would get a sense of pride when the case has been solved because I am able to protect the country and its people.
So what? Sorry, you're
So
lagging.
I feel like I have contributed to a part of society. And I feel like the army, if I was in the army, I wouldn't do that well because as I said, the army, you need to be physically fit and train very hard. And okay, so I don't really like those kind of trainings because I'm not that fit myself and my stamina is not that good. So I think I will get very tired easily and give up. So yeah, I think being a police would suit me more.
Not bad. Good. Yeah, I think I like the way you use the word. I used to watch Crime Watch. That kind of motivate me to be a police officer and give me a better platform to be a good police officer. In a way, you can say that why I like to be a police officer is because when I don on the police uniform, I feel good that the whole country's responsibility is on me. I feel great that to hold this responsibility and represent my country. When I walk down the streets of Singapore or any part of my resident neighborhoods, I feel good about it because I think that I have the bravery and courage and also the responsibility to ensure the safety of my fellow countrymen or even the foreigners who are living in Singapore. The reason I want to be a police officer is that I feel good about it because it gives me a sense of achievements, like being a good citizen who's not only a good citizen, but also a role to play as a police officer to maintain law and order. And also, this will give me a sense of my own achievements and what I want to achieve. Okay, right, thank you. From the Revolutionary War to today. Okay, so from this is from the first skirmish at Lexington and the Concord to the Civil War. Okay, just ignore all these. is to the liberations of the Nazis' control of Europe. American soldiers are celebrated for their vigor and bravery in combat. So this is practically the history in the US. The Lexington War and the Concord and the Civil War, base that is somewhere like George Washington's, before George Washington's get the independence of United States of America. Right, so an army for freedom. So let's start. On the 14th of June, 1775, well, if I'm not mistaken, United States of America was independent in 1777 by their first president of George Washington. The Second Continental Congress forms the Continental Army as a means of the 30 unified American colonies to fight the forces of Britain. Very funny, the Americans actually are from the British, where they get out of the country from England, Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland, the country there, and they kind of migrate to the soil of America, which is now USA. And George Washington was an unanimously elected as a commander-in-chief of Fleming's the army. And he would lead the colonies to victories and independence. Wenpei and Fiona, do you know that how many stars are there in the flag of USA? You know how many stars are there?
50.
50, yeah. Wenpei, you know that. But do you know there's a lot of stars there? You know, right? Wenpei. Or you can't bother. Oh, do you know how many stars Singapore have? The flag? 我跟你讲，文贝，你不要讲，不要跟他讲。文贝几个 star？我跟你讲，你的手不要起来，对吗？文贝 how many star？他 frozen 了。文贝
Yeah.
how many star are there in the Singapore flag?
5.
Are you sure fine or?
Yeah.
You confirm or?
Yeah.
Or any other guess?
No, 5.
Then US got how many star?
I don't know. 50.
Why 50 star Fiona? 哇，他们没有事情做啊，满天都是星星啊。算 Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, How I Wonder What You Are， 是不是？George Washington 唱那首歌哈。That's why got 50
Because
star.
like there are 50 states.
Very good. Actually, there are total 52 states, but then become 50 states. So each star represents one state when they took over the Britain. So California, Hawaii, Alaska, Chicago, Texas, okay, all these. Lewis and Clark to the War of 1812. Come, let's read. Fiona, please.
Following the
Acquisition 就是拿 acquisition 就是我要拿回来。Louisiana. They say American pronounce very cute. Lucy. No, you pronounce Louis also can Louisiana or Louisiana. Louis. Okay, Louisiana. You know Louis? Louisiana. Or you can pronounce Louisiana. Yeah, like you can pronounce like that. Louisiana. Okay? Okay, it's a very nice place, Louisiana territories in 1804.
Army officers. What is this?
CAPT.
Captain.
Yes, right, captains.
Meriwether Lewis and Lieutenant William Clark led an expedition into the western frontier. Lewis and Clark, wow, such weird names, arrived at the Pacific Ocean about 2 years later.
What happened?
In 1812, still suffering under British enforced trade restrictions and other unsettled disputes from the American Revolution, the United States declared war on Britain for the second time. The war was a back-and-forth struggle that is perhaps most notable for the shelling of Baltimore Harbor.
Oh, not bad, You pronounced the word correct, Baltimore. 你懂谁是成龙吗？
Yes.
你懂哦？你不要这样嘞 ，yes， 这么 fierce。我那个 cousin 他有拍过一部戏 The Bronx of the East Bronx of something， 他就是在那个地方拍过，是美国的地方 Baltimore。Carry on.
Which became Francis Scott Key's inspiration for the
what?
Star-Spangled Banner.
Don't ask me what is that. I also don't know what is that. But the overall, this paragraph tells you that the Americans has been fighting the British And then you might think, huh? How come in 1812 they fight? Until the 1941, they become good friends and then fight to get rid of the Japanese, the Germans, and the Italians. Something wrong, right? No, because 他们要夺位地盘。Fiona, geography. Last paragraph, Fiona, then the rest will be Wenpei. There will be, actually, I very kind to you, Fiona, you only read 3 paragraphs. Whereas Wenpei have to read 3 pages. Yeah, you see, he frozen already, he cannot hear me, you see. He frozen already, you see. She frozen already. So, okay, you're back on Wenpei. So, Fiona, you read 3 paragraphs, whereas Wenpei will read 3 pages.
Yay, that's so fair, guys.
Very fair.
Yeah.
他讲的啊，文贝不是我讲，他讲 fair 啊。The Mexican War.
The Mexican War. In 1846, the United States and Mexico went to war following a period of border tensions. I have a feeling United States has fought the most war because like they just have nothing to do.
I was about to say that.
Ah,
They are a bunch of clowns. Sorry.
like okay, after I read this paragraph, I have a point to make. Anyways,
Yes, please.
this
I would love to hear
conflict
that.
featured several army officers who would go on to become important figures in American history, including
General.
Taylor.
Zachary Taylor, yeah.
What is this? Robert E. Lee,
Yeah. Ulysses S. Grant.
Ulysses S. Grant, Thomas Jonathan, Stonewall Jackson, and Winfield.
Winfield Scott. Okay, Robert E. Lee's, and to share with you before you give me your advice and feedback and your point. Robert E. Lee's and this Grant is used to be a very famous in the war, and they have fought side by side, and they are one of the good general in the way that not only Mexican War, there are other wars. So you can imagine the moment the US landed in USA at the soil of the United States, as what we call USA now. It was a land not belonging to them at all. Not belonging to them at all. It's a Red Indian. Okay? But after that, they colonized, they took the whole entire place belonging to them. They start to attack, beside Mexico, they also attack other Canada. Canada was used to belong to British, and then the British came. And then they also, after that, they have been fighting with various war just to maintain until today, now, 31st of October, they are still like in war in anything. Back to you, Fiona.
So like I have a feeling, okay, not feeling is the truth, that like US is like forever at the back of any kind of war. Because think of it, like example, the war between Ukraine and Russia, okay? The only reason this war started is because that like the Europe forces, which is basically like siding with America, those places, those countries are telling Ukraine, who is actually an Asian country, to like actually join the European forces alongside with the American lah. And then, but then Russia doesn't agree on that. So they're technically like brothers, like, you know, in a way. So they got into war. And then for basically any country that's like so-called like supports America, whenever they go into war, America will be the country to like sell them their weapons and everything. So like, you know where I'm coming from now.
Money.
Yes.
For money.
They're just doing that for money. And then another example is like China vs like Taiwan. The only reason that Taiwan at still this date is still like a clown over there, telling China be like, we are still an independent country, guys. Yeah, but like technically they can't, because like in no way that small as can be an independent country against China, bro. It's the backbone is basically America's. America is technically like siding with them and giving them the DT to actually go against China and be like, you know what, let's be an independent country. Yeah, so.
Can you imagine Fiona, you are Taiwan then China 是你的 daddy OK then 你 daddy 说 Fiona 你不可以独立，你是姓跟着我姓 then Uncle Raymond 就是那个 US 我就是买那些武器给你东西，给你破坏你们的你的感情你懂我意思吗？ Yeah, but to be honest until today I'm not saying anything I still don't trust communist country. China is a communist country. but I respect China's leader a lot. Okay, a communist country, in my way of belief, is that I don't know. Okay, but now when I see and look at the democratic country like US and Republicans, they are not as good as it is. They also suck. So if Taiwan were to return back to China, since we are in this topic, how? Taiwan will never win China. That's for sure. Confirm will not win. It's an island. In history, it say that any islands will never win a war, like Japan. Look at Japan. It's an island. It's a huge island, right? You'll never win. And 何况是一个 land. And don't forget, in the past history, China has never been get invaded by any countries. And even though it invaded, is within their own people. 唐宋燕明清，还有蒙古跟那个什么清朝。Any foreign country can attack China? I doubt so. So this US, because they don't feel good, because they want to involve also South and North Korea war, right? And then North and South Vietnam war, right? And now they also involved in Kuwait war, whatever war they think that they got oil, they got benefit to them, they'll do. And they also support Israel. And Israel has been attacking the Iran, all these things. Why they still supplying weapons to Israel? Because Iran is a Muslim country, Islamic country. There's a threat to US. And you talk so much about US as a democratic country. Why are you do that? Because it all started, Fiona and Wenpei. If you go for Set 3 history, in World War I, US did not want to involve any war. But after that, he regretted. And from there on, he decided to involve any freaking war that he thinks that will benefit them. Some war, they did it correctly, like World War II. Okay, they stopped the Axis power. But after that, the Vietnam War, the Korean War, and then the Iran and Iraq war, and all this has shown that the US is not as powerful as it is. And they are still like want to do it to be 龙头老大, to be number one in the world. But when China and other countries like India come out, they cannot. They say, 你们是 Asians. So is it very racist? It is very freaking racist. So what, Chinese and Indians cannot be the top 龙头老大吗？一定要你是白人是做龙头老大吗？你风水轮流转啊，不一定你每次都是做龙头老大。You see, in the F1 race, not everyone will be Schumacher or who are Lewis Hamilton will be always winning the race. Okay, 中国一样，中国也是不一定每次都是在田径会拿第一名。好像最近美国那个游泳都输给中国，不爽。他说中国吃药，中国吃药，对我们吃补品，我们吃人参，我们吃当归燕窝。哎，你讲什么？ So they're just not happy that China is coming back in a powerful. So you are born in the right timing, born right era. But if you were to screw up when you come out to work, you screw up, that means 真的丢脸啊。Okay, 真的很丢脸 because we have done so much to bring the essence that we Chinese are still the best. I'm not saying the rest of the race are not best. All of us are best. We are saying that we are best because 我们从50多年都是讲成东亚病夫 ，we are the weakling 我们就是弱弱。Actually 文贝 Fiona， 我们不是东亚病夫，是因为那个老外给我们吃鸦片的，害到我们变成是东亚病夫。我本来讲那个他妈的，sorry I cannot take it because the British say that we cannot have death sentence in Singapore. And who is the one who give opium? Back to you. So sorry. This is a good open discussion. It's between us and this. Okay. There are some people who will not like our discussion and find that we are quite biased. No bias. This is 我们有话直说. Okay. We are not against the American people. I'm not saying that all American people are sucks. Not all Chinese people are good. I believe there are some Chinese people are bad. Okay. Everyone is 有害群之马的. Okay. 对吗? Fair, right? 每个有害群之马，可是 overall I think the Chinese has done a great job。昨天是不是那个太空中国射那个是吗 ？rocket 去太空是吗？神号19
Oh yeah.
哇
I think it was
你把外公还在的话 ，I think 他看到那个一幕那个 scene 我看他一定很流泪。Seriously, 50 years ago. 40 years ago, don't you say 50, 40 years ago, China product is so sucks. When anything China is sucks. Now you see everything is China products. I'm so proud. Seriously, And if this is your generation to make it even prouder, it will be the golden age. I don't know about your grandchildren or your great grandchildren, will they maintain as it is? No. You look at the Americans, their golden age was there, but look at their generation now. 不是喝酒，就是闹事，就是开枪射人，就是吃 drugs，就是哇，不懂做那什么 red queen 的，男不像男，女不像女。But I respect them 啊，they are also making a living。可以文贝，你吃饱了吗？宝贝，你可以读了吗？可以啊，sorry 啊，有 three pages to read 哈，慢慢来。
The Civil War in 1860, after a long-standing dispute over states' rights to allow their citizens to own slaves, southern states began
Seceding from the Union.
seceding from the Union. The war that followed would become one of the most important conflicts in American history. During the secession, almost 1/3 of regular army officers resigned to join the Confederacy. And more than 3 million American soldiers would serve by the time the war ended in 1865.
So the one we are talking about anti-slave some of them will still want the slave because you see they still live it with it. And who is the one who freed the slave? Is none other than who? Abraham Lincoln. World War One. Okay, that's the next. Not much. The rest I can read. Okay, let's read the next two one. Where the hell is it? The war. Okay, come.
The World Wars. As the United States rebuilt in the aftermath of the Civil War, total army strength grew relatively slowly until the mid-1900s. The World War I era saw the creation of several important army branches, including the
Veteran Corps. Veteran 就是那个老兵啊。Very experienced soldiers.
Veterinarian Corps.
Veterinarian Corps, yeah.
And the aviation section within the Army Signal Corps, the precursor to the
Precursors of the Air Force. So this is where our dear friend invented aeroplanes, all right? Invented automobile, and that's where they start the industrial revolutions in the 1900s that changed the entire of the warfare. Before that, it was only land and sea war. Okay, next one we'll be talking about land, air, and sea, and of course, Fiona will talk about the history, we'll talk about the geography, we'll talk about everything. Why that topic is very important and very fun because it involves about travel, about tourism. So it's a very huge topic. Okay, come.
World War II led to several more milestones in Army history, including the creation of the Office of Strategic Services, which became the CIA, and Franklin Delano Roosevelt's introduction of the GI Bill 2 years after the war. The Army established the Medical Service Corps, later renamed the Army Medical Department.
So the GI is you saw the GI Joe, like the movie called GI Joe, right? They are just like 那种敢死队 like commando 这样。Okay, CIA you should know 那种 spies Okay 好像 FBI 好像间谍So they see the army has evolved in the US a lot. Okay. After World War II, following the World War II, the United States enters a standoff period with Soviet Russia, known as the Cold War, which is leading to the conflict of the Korea and the Vietnam War. So these two are the one become the communists you should know, and half of it is democratic by the South Korea. During the 1980s, the army began to recognize the focus on training and technology. In fact, until today, you see they are using technology. By the end of the decade, the Pentagon 是五角大厦在美国 Washington, introduced the plan to reduce the total army strength. Why? Because the Cold War ended in 1989, the fall of the Berlin Wall signals the end of the Cold War. So no need okay, no more Cold War. But they forgot about one more country, China. So in 1991, the Americans and Allied forces responded to Saddam Hussein. You know Saddam Hussein said for what? Ready? Ready, You see, sit and don't do any mercy. He uses scalp so easily in nature. Invasion of Kuwait. Sit and don't do any mercy, Saddam. Then he uses scalp. So scalp 就是那个 missile. So easily in nature. So George Bush there, George Bush stand for get enough oil running gently everywhere, beat out Saddam Hussein. Okay, 这是我自己想出来的。Okay, invasion of Kuwait. So the ground campaign lasted just 100 hours before the ceasefire was declared. Wow, that showed the power at that time. 1991, they showed the Americans of the Blackbird, the Tomahawk, the Apache helicopters, the best aircraft carrier, everything you name it, they have it. After the attacks of September 11, 2001, the American the coalition forces will also again enter into conflict in the Middle East against the terrorist forces in the Iraq and Afghanistan. So you realize US have always had a bad impression of these few countries in the Middle East, especially their Muslim and Islamic countries. Excuse me, these Islamic countries mostly are very peace-loving. They love it, their countries very well. Okay, they do good things, except some of the Taliban. There's a different things because the Taliban is the kind of groups that they don't allow ladies to go to school. I'm not sure now they changed it. Today's army, today the army is made up of more than 700,000 soldiers, including active duty personnel. How to compare with China? China got 2 million, and then the reserve is about a few millions or so, I think. Army soldiers fill many roles. They are doctors, yeah, lawyers. They got lawyers in army, yeah, don't forget, because they 有些人他逃兵啊，还是some issue with other countries, they use the military law. And engineers, of course, they are electricians, 这个不用讲的，这些一定有。Computer programmers, yeah, of course, you have to design the things right. Helicopter pilots is where they use it very often in Vietnam War and in Afghanistan War and Iraq War, and even in now in some of the parts. Yeah, correct. Okay, and Korea and Taiwan also. They are police officer as well, logistic expert and civil affairs representative. The army constants needs for a diverse range of individual soldiers, each with his own, his or her own expertise is what set apart from other military branches. So you are right, the two girls, when you mentioned that the armies, there's a lot of things compared to police. In fact, the army work 3 or 5 times more tougher than the police. I'm not saying the police are lazy, yeah. The police also work very, very hard. But the thing is because the external forces is different from the internal forces. Okay, the threats, the external threats you never know. So the army must be very strong. The moment the external threat come in, no matter how strong your internal is no point already. So the external forces like the soldiers, they must train super hard and the best technology to protect the country. At the same time, the internal forces also have to protect the internal security from internal threats. But we also have to beef up our own police forces and train well. So practically both police or soldier, they do train super hard. Okay, now let's go. You have done this, you choose this already, right? So this is the last one before we end it the day. Okay. What you need to do is to choose that. So easy, this one. Ayo. Oh. Okay, let's go. So yeah, we have to check. We have to find the collective nouns. So example, a number of people listening to a lecture or concert, the number of, so change to what? A group of people who is singing in the church is called what? A number of judges is called what? A collection of two what? I don't care. You can want to play cheat, you want to Google it now, copy the whole thing and then go and Google it and find the answer. Yes. My advice is don't even use the Google. Be honest. See how many out of 15. How many you can find the answer? I come back to you.
Wait,
Yes.
what do we do again?
What is the first one? The first one say what? A number of people listening to a lecture, right?
Yeah.
So you have to change a number of what? A number of what? What is the number? A number of people is what? Use one word to represent.
Huh? Three people.
No, collective nouns.
Okay, okay.
A number of wolf will be a pack of wolf, right? You got? Okay. Okay, this is one way to use it for your summary writing skill. Okay. Type in your answer. 15 answer. Best is don't Google and check your answer, please. Thanks. Have you given me the answer? No. Huh? 12 only, man. I got 15 eh. I got 15. Why you give me 12 only?
70%.
13, 14, 15 eh?
I know I'm not done. Wait.
Okay. Okay. Apache。我听了这首歌听得很烦哎，每次。我请问你，哥哥是蓝色，姐姐是红色，妈妈是黄色，爸爸是什么颜色呢？爸爸是紫色。阿巴基，紫色。阿巴基，基的紫色。Sounds stupid, right？爸爸身体的时候是什么颜色？紫色。阿巴基。 I don't know why this now everywhere TikTok also sing this song. 唉，不就是老布布，就是阿巴提。唉，很 Q 咩？一个卖200块，哦，买我的照片更好了哦。你写了没有？还没有啊？你这么晚吃晚餐啊，文贝？哎呦，你刚才去哪里？这么晚吃晚餐？跟 boyfriend 出去哈？
I go outside with my friends for Halloween.
Oh, sorry, Uncle Raymond don't celebrate Halloween.
I
By
also don't
right,
celebrate.
yeah. By right, you know Catholic, we don't celebrate Halloween. No? You should know.
Yeah.
You are Catholic, man?
No, but I know I'm in Catholic school. What?
Yeah, you know, right? We are against Halloween. We only celebrate tomorrow. You know what is tomorrow now? Wenbei?
What?
All Saints Day.
Oh, wow.
Now you know, You see,
Mhm.
those non-Catholic, they like to celebrate that all the people die. That is today. Then tomorrow, all the Catholics celebrate all the people who go to heaven, all the saints. So which day you want to celebrate? I leave it to you. Sorry.
I thought Halloween was supposed to like celebrate like to
Oh,
ward off the spirits. To, like,
yeah, the spirit and the ghost, ma. Correct or not? The Catholic don't celebrate this, what? The Catholic celebrate what?
but isn't that good? Like you
No,
chase away the bad.
no,
No.
no. You go and ask your priest. I asked this question before. No. 来看你们几个对。11 and 12, thanks, bro. 13 is Oh, 13 is a heart of penguins. A heart of penguins. Then 11 will be a question mark of star in the sky. Then the one group of bacteria will be a question mark of bacteria. Okay, learn something, You seldom see 11, 5 upon 15. Good luck. Imagine this is your exam. Sorry, Nah. No, it's good to know, right, girls? Girls, you know what? This is good to know to have all these things because sometimes in your comprehension passage or even in your editing or whatever it is, you come out, that's it. It can come, anything can be tested under the big, huge science of English, right? So this month we can do this. Next month we're doing visual graphic text ready. Okay. Fiona, can you check with your sister and see whether next year is it true? Remember the 30 marks one and the 40 marks. Oh, because I'm teaching PSLE and I want to find out more about this. Okay, because my godson and my niece, all of them are going there. Okay, so I want to find out more. Is it true that next year your sister will be a new 4 out of 15? Okay. Yes, I agree. Yeah, if this come out, this one, like just now, Wenpei, you asked me, is that an airport? Most of the time you see these people is either in the airport, seldom in the shopping mall. Seldom. Yeah, you GG already. Yeah. So more coming, this kind of surprise test will be coming out soon. Next year. Next year. The next 2 months will not be like that. The next year, the exam will be very funny one. Okay, so Fiona, please help me to find out, is it true the new format? I think your teacher, your sister will get the new format maybe. Can Fiona? Thank you. Okay.
Wow,
Any
there's
more?
actually the new format that my sister can score. Oh.
Just teach her how to talk, lor.
Yeah, I have a lot of skills. Yes.
Just teach her to talk. So please make sure, please seriously, 是不是真的明年是40分 for oral？可是我刚才去 Popular，我问了那个女的说没有，那个 PSLE new format 是在2026，可是我看在 MOE 的 website 是2025，可是他说那些旧的那个 PSLE book 已经还给他们，说当然是新的要来，可是还没有出，so that's the problem, you see. Yeah, so never mind. I believe your sister will definitely involve, like this year they are P5, right? Their essay will be 14 marks instead of 15 marks for situation writing, and then their essay is 40 marks become 36 marks, and then the visual graphic tag will be 5 questions, that kind of things. Okay, so totally different. And the next year set one, They no more O level already, no. You guys are the last batch, man. You guys are the last batch of O level. The next batch, if I'm not mistaken, they are doing Singapore Cambridge. So you are the very last batch, if I'm not wrong, marked by the Cambridge examiner in London.
Char, we're actually the first batch to be marked by the Cambridge.
Huh? Say again?
We're the first batch to be marked by the Cambridge.
No, all along you've been marking by the Cambridge. Hello?
No, like our setter will be like from the Cambridge people.
No, all along it's been settled by the Cambridge.
Eh?
Yes, it's been 30 over years like that. My paper also set by Cambridge. But
Then,
I'm saying the one next year, the paper may not be set by Cambridge already.
no, our batch is still like that, I think.
No. You have been all along your paper when I'm teaching that time is already Cambridge. But your sister, when they go to set 1 in 2026, he will be the second batch, will be not taking a Cambridge GCO level. It will be called the Singapore Cambridge exam. 不一样，所以你的那个 cert 你拿的 cert 是 Cambridge O level Cambridge O level exam。你不信，明天你们去学校，你们有去学校吗？
Monday.
为什么明天没有？
Holiday already.
啊
Yeah.
啊
Holiday already.
文贝 also holiday already 啊？文贝 you also holiday no need go to school already 啊？ Your like that means going or not going to school.
No, not at all.
文贝 going to school 啊？
I still got CCA.
No, we don't talk about CCA. We talk about normal lesson. Don't talk about CCA. 没有 lesson 了是吗？
Yeah.
没有， so it's considered school holiday already, right? Okay, if you got chance, go and ask your form teacher. Okay, you guys is your first, not the first batch. You guys are the last batch of taking the Cambridge GCEO level exam. Your sister will be the second batch of taking the Singapore Cambridge. No more O, Singapore Cambridge O level exam. Yeah, a bit different.
Sure.
Yeah.
Do you think my sister's batch will be like better or?
Yes.
Walao eh.
Sorry. Yes. I know you're asking this question. Because my son asked me just now. Yes. Because the first 3 batches, wait. I don't want to wait.